better, a little deeper Sparta team than we've seen in the past. And remember, last year, last time these two teams met up here last year, late in the regular season, Sparta beat Carterville. So Sparta looking to make it 2 in a row over the Lions.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, proud to be locally owned and operated community bank. You can stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff for the Carterville Banking Center. They're right there, 200 West Plaza Drive in Carterville. Member FDIC equal housing lender. The Carterville Lions coming off a 6th place finish, Scott, at the El Dorado Holiday Tournament. They're 6-8 overall, 2-1 in conference. It'd be nice to get a win tonight to push that to 3-1. But what did the things that you saw out of the Carterville Lions at the El Dorado Tournament that's going to transfer to a game tonight?
Well, I think the first thing I saw was they shot the ball a lot better, especially against NCOE and even against Fairfield, a team they lost to. I really thought they shot the ball better. There's probably, I'm going to say, 10 quarters out of that tournament that Carterville's offense was much better than it has been all year. I think the other thing I saw that I liked is defensively. Carterville really got after teams defensively, especially man-to-man. And I think the third and maybe most important thing that I saw, Eli Downing is starting to be the go-to guy for Carterville. You know, we talked to Coach Hawkins about a week or so ago, and he told Eli, he said, look, he said, you're our best offensive player, and according to our stats, you only had the 4th most shots. You know, that's got to change, and I saw Eli get a little bit more aggressive offensively. But what it does, when Eli has success, let's say from 10 feet out, people start double teaming him. That means guys like Biddle, Moore, Anderson are going to get open looks because they're going to have to double team Downing. On the inside, if he has success on the inside, obviously we got the double team. That leaves some open areas for Garby to roam in the lane. So I think Downing is the key to this offense, whether it be perimeter or on the inside.
Without a doubt, as both teams are on the floor and going through their warm-ups, we're going to go on and take our first break here on our pregame show. When we come back, moments ago, I had a chance to talk to Coach Shane Hawkins about tonight's game against the Sparta Bulldogs. It's coming up next. It's your Thad Ellett Plumbing pregame show with the Carterville Lions on NewsRadio WJPF. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear Coach's interview. We can't get that feed to the live stream. Wow. Logan beat that was Kentucky Tech 137 to 76. Brian, go on to another break, and thank you. Okay. Welcome back to Sparta High School. Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson as we're just about 3 minutes or so away from tip-off. Let's update you on some other Carterville Lion news. The Carterville Lady Lions last night, they beat Mount Vernon 72-38. The Lions led 26-2, Scott, after the first quarter. Janiah Thompson, 20 points. Abby Crane, 14. Last week at the Benton Rangerette Christmas Classic, Janiah Thompson, the junior, went over the 1,000-point mark in her career for the Lions. She's just a heck of a ball player.
Well, you don't see too many, I don't care if it's boys or girls, that many go over the 1,000-point plateau as a junior. That is very impressive for Carterville and for her. And, you know, they're playing well right now. And when you go, we talked about this last year during the girls' basketball season. Anytime you can beat a bigger school like a Mount Vernon, a Marion, a Carbondale, that's impressive because Carterville just doesn't have the numbers that those schools have. So that was a big win last night in a lot of ways.
And there's news breaking today from Carterville alum Luke Ford, the Georgia Bulldog. Luke has made the decision he's going to transfer from the University of Georgia. He's going to go to Champaign. He's going to play for the Fighting Illini. Lovie Smith something that we had heard and rumored for a couple of weeks, and made the decision today. I had a chance to stop by and talk to Luke briefly before coming up here, and I've got an interview that we'll talk to Luke that will play for you at halftime. But he seems very, very happy, very content to be able to come back and be closer to home, play in front of his family, make it easier for people to be able to see him play. And for Lovie Smith, you got to think that he likes the fact he's getting a 6'5" tight end that it's coming out of one of the top 2 programs in the country.
Yeah, I'm sure Georgia fans and Georgia coaching staff, a little upset he left. But coming to Illinois, he's going to be playing in the Big Ten, and that's not a conference to sneeze at. You got Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State.
Yep.
There's a lot of tough teams in the Big Ten, so good luck to Luke, and we'll see how everything plays out.
And for Georgia Bulldog, they're calling it Black Friday because they lost Isaac Nada, the tight end, declared for the NFL. Justin Fields is transferring from Georgia, going to Ohio State, the highest-ranked recruit Ohio State has ever had. And Justin Fields going to play there. And then, of course, the news about Luke transferring out. But we've got an interview that I did with Luke a little bit earlier, and we'll have that for you coming up on our halftime show. The Carterville Lions are back on the floor and taking their last few seconds to shoot around. Lions come into tonight 6-8 on the season, 2-1 in the conference. They'll be back at it tomorrow night when they take on the Chester Yellow Jackets at Carterville. I'm kind of looking forward to that game. Chester's a good ball team.
Yeah, and this is the last conference game till at least a couple of weeks, week and a half or 2 away, because after tomorrow night, they go on the road to Hamilton County Tuesday night. Then next Saturday, they start their portion of the West Frankfort Midwinter, which runs an entire week. So it's going to be a while before the Lions get back into conference play. But, boy, a road win would be sweet for the Lions here in Sparta tonight.
Yes, it would. As teams have finished up their warm-ups, we're going to go on and take our final break. When we come back, we're going to have the starting lineups for the Carterville Lions and the Sparta Bulldogs. I think they're going to do. We'll
take the lineups first.
Yep, it sounds like it. Carterville's going to go with their regular starters. Tonight, it'll be Bryce Anderson, Tyler Biddle, Austin Garby, Dylan Moore, and Eli Downen. Anderson, Biddle, Garby, Moore, and Downen. We're going to go on and take a break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineup for the Sparta Bulldogs next on NewsRadio WJPF. Back at Sparta State, McKenzie, Scott Hudson. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, where they offer a variety of personal and business banking services. To learn more, visit tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. The starting lineup for the Sparta Bulldogs, they're going to go. A couple of these guys we've seen play as freshmen. They're going to start 5'10" junior Carlos Keene. He wears number 10. They'll also start 5'9" junior Tony Williams wearing number 11. The senior 5'10" Jared Stefani wears number 12. Kerry Harris, he's a junior, 6'3". He'll be on the inside, wears number 33. And then Rodney Anderson, a senior, 6'2". So it'll be Keene, Williams, Stefani, Harris, and Anderson. And actually, they lost their freshman that's been playing quite a bit, Dawson Algie, to an injury in the JV game moments ago. And I don't see him on the bench anywhere. So that's a hit for Sparta.
Yeah, that'll affect their depth. Carlos Keene, their starting guard, he was also a quarterback and running back on their football team. Kerry Harris, I believe he was one of their wide receivers. But this Sparta team, they will be the more athletic team tonight. So Carterville's going to have to play a little smarter than Sparta. Carterville's going to come out playing that strong man-to-man defense and really shoot the ball as well as they did against NCOE at the El Dorado Holiday Tournament. This is a very winnable game. But I think that's the way Sparta looks at it, too, as they already have 7 wins on the season.
Absolutely. They come in 7-7 on the year. Carterville 6-8 coming into this game. Carterville 2-1 in the conference, and it sure would be nice to pick up win number 3 before we get into the Midwinter Classic starting next week. And as you said, we're gonna tomorrow night at home against Chester. Tuesday night, a non-conference game. We get to go to Hamco. I like going up to Hamilton County. That's a nice place to play ball. And then starting next weekend, the Lions are going to kick off the Midwinter Classic at West Frankfort. They are going to be playing in that midwinter coming up on the 12th. Then they come back on Wednesday night and play, and then on Friday night, and then pool play. The winners, the bracket breaks down for Saturday action at the Midwinter Classic. So that's always a fun tournament.
I think it's El Dorado next Saturday night, West Frankfort, the whole school on Wednesday, and then Christopher on Friday night, and then depending on where Carterville finishes in their pool play will determine where they play on Saturday. We
appreciate you tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. You can watch the game if you head to YouTube, search Carterville Lions at Sparta Bulldogs 1-4-19. And Happy New Year to you. And thanks for listening to Lions Sports with Scott and I here on News Radio WJPF. The Lions win the tip. They're moving from left to right in the road blues this evening with the orange numbers. Sparta, of course, in the home whites. We'll see how Carterville comes out to start the game. At that El Dorado tournament, Scott, every single game they came out aggressive on the offensive end and on the defensive end. I'd like to see him carry that over tonight.
Yeah, no question, because Carterville really needs to set the tone here early against this Sparta team.
Carterville still has the ball as we're just underway here. In the first quarter, nice pass down low to Garby. One dribble in the paint, spins around, has to kick it out. Top of the key, wide open 3 for Eli Downen, and he hits it, and that's a good start for the Carterville Lions.
Good start for the Lions, good start for Downen. Usually when he starts out well, he plays well.
Sparta with the basketball. Into the front courts, it is Tony Williams. He wears number 11. He's picked up defensively by Dylan Moore. Works to the right side, takes it to the right wing, down to the corner. Kick out to the top of the key, brings it left wing, where that's Carlos Keene with it. He wears number 10. He's going to back the ball up toward the logo at midcourt. On him is Tyler Biddle, sporting a new hairdo tonight. I didn't either at first. It was like, where's the long locks at? Wide open 3 from the right wing off the front of the iron. No good. That taken by Jared Stefani. Carterville with the rebound. The ball's turned over by the Lions. It was Garby that hit the floor. A little slow getting back, and it is Carlos Keene that gets the bucket for Sparta. It's 3-2 Carterville.
I do not want to give this Bulldog team extra opportunities. That's only the first turnover for the Lions.
Ball is into Garby. He's able just to turn around and bank it off the board. Gets his first bucket of the game. It's 5-2. 6.5 left here in the first quarter. Carlos Keene steps across timeline. Picked up again by Tyler Biddle. Right wing it goes to Stefani. Left-hand dribble. Slips just a little bit. Takes it top of the key. And they're going to work it to the left side. That's where Carlos Keene has it. To the left elbow. They work it around to the right wing. To Williams. He drives, has to back up. Nice job defensively by Dylan Moore, but the 3 ball from Rodney Anderson is good from the right wing, and it's 5-5. Carterville has the ball in the front court. Dylan Moore, left wing it goes toward Bryce Anderson. Entry pass to Downen, kicks it out to Garby. Now to the right wing to Biddle. Back up top it goes, around the horn to Anderson, and he's going to dribble it across the top of the key. Downan's going to fire from 3 once again. In, out, no good. Carlos Keene, the rebound for the Sparta Bulldogs. Forward pass quickly the other way. Right-hand layup is good. That's how you move the ball quickly. Kerry Harris gets the bucket, and it's a 7-5 Sparta lead.
Lions a little tardy getting back on defense.
As Downan has the ball stripped, he takes it into the paint the other way. The left-hand layup is good by Rodney Anderson. Andy got the foul and is going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Well, if you're going to foul somebody, foul them before they can't score. I mean, you know, either let him take the layup or you don't. And Carterville was up 5-2 at one point in this game. They've been outscored 7-0 in the last minute.
Austin Garby charged with a foul. Anderson hits his free throw. He's got 6 to start the game here. And Sparta quickly has doubled up the Lions 10-5. Moving from left to right, the Lions with the basketball. Anderson dribbles, kicks it over to Tyler Biddle, who fires from 3. That's off the back of the iron. And it's Anderson with the rebound for Sparta. That's Rodney Anderson. Sparta turns it over on the other end. That's their first turnover. Carterville has 2 here early in the game. Down low, nice dump to Garby. He's able to take that one home. He's got 4. Carterville's back to within 10-7. And we have a whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions. I think it's going to be on Tyler Biddle.
This end of the floor to our left is more like a skating rink than it is a basketball court.
I know.
Players are sliding, losing their footing. Need to bring out the Zamboni.
We just like watching the Zamboni. That's
right.
all I do. We got to give props to the Blues for the big win last night, too, by the way. Sparta has it. Stefani catches cutting Williams. He misses the left-hand layup, and the Lions down and gets the rebound. Quickly the other way. Dylan Moore down to the left block, has to kick it out. Carterville's going to set the offense. They work to the right wing. That's Bryce Anderson. Left-hand dribble to Garby. Now left side it goes to Dylan Moore. Looks inside. Wants to get it to Garby. Has his pass kicked out of bounds by Carlos Keene. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, just be patient on offense if you're the Lions. Let things come to you. Don't try to force anything. At some point, Garby and or Downan will pop open somewhere.
4:05 remaining here in the first quarter. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson just underway. 10-7. Sparta the 3-point lead. Downan, top of the key it goes to Tyler Biddle. He drives, little 8-foot jumper is good for Tyler Biddle. And Carterville's now within 1. Carlos Keene. He seems to run the offense for Coach Jonathan Norton of the Sparta Bulldogs. They come into the game 7-7 on the year. Carterville 6-8, 2-1 in the River to River Conference. Of course, this is conference game and a double dribble on the Sparta Bulldogs. 2 turnovers on them.
This is one thing that the Lions need to do a little bit better of than they did the end of last season. That is take advantage of other teams' turnovers. Turn those turnovers into points.
Carson Pearson checking in for Coach Shane Hawkins. His first action here tonight. Had a good El Dorado tournament, played pretty solid. And was getting some props from Coach Shane Hawkins on our pregame interview. Bryce Anderson runs the point for the Lions over to the left wing. Downan's going to fire from 3. That's off the iron. Battle for the board comes right to Dylan Moore. He gathers it in, gets it to Bryce Anderson. Left wing, Carson Pearson for 3. Good. Big turnaround for the Lions.
Good job by Moore to keep that ball alive.
Carterville's up now 12-10. Keene looks back toward Coach Norton from Sparta. They take it down into the paint. Nice entry pass into the block, and a turnaround layup is good from Kerry Harris. He's got 4 points, and we're all tied at 12.
If you let Harris get the ball down that low, 99 times out of 100, he's going to score.
They're going to call down and on a charge.
That was a weak
charge.
Was a
weak charge, and turnover on the Lions. That's 3 in the first team or the first foul on Eli Downan. It was more a flop than it was a foul, but it was effective.
I think the Russian judge gave that guy a 4.5. It was not very good.
Shane Hawkins claps his hands at his Lions. All tied at 12. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Carlos Keene dribbles around toward the left wing, wants to drive the baseline. He's cut off, has to kick it up top. It wide open three is good from Dion Clark, who's just into the game for the Bulldogs, and they're back up 3, 15-12, 2:15 on the clock. Down low, they get it to Luke Stritzel, has his shot blocked. The ball goes out of bounds. Carlos Keene jumps over the chairs, grabs the ball, serves popcorn, bought me a soda, and he's going to go back out on the floor.
And I need a slice of pizza while he's at it.
It was pretty good, actually. That's what I had. And a Snickers to go with that. 2:14, 15-12, the score. Sparta, the 3-point lead. They've made so many improvements to this gym over the course of the last couple of years. Now they have a new scoreboard to our left, the video board, which is nice. Eli down and puts his shot up, and he's fouled from the right block. He's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. The foul is on Tony Williams of Sparta, his first. That's the first team foul on Sparta. And Downan's going to be at the line shooting a couple of free throws.
Harris, their big man, is on the bench right now, getting a breather, and this is where Carterville needs to take advantage of the height advantage.
Gary Harris, the big guy on the team, he's 6'3", and he's a junior. One other at 6'3", and that's that Algie, the freshman, but he's out because of an injury he suffered in the JV game earlier.
And Sparta only has 3 seniors on their team, so this is a very young team as well.
They could make some noise.
Yeah.
Make some noise. As we said, they're much better than they have been in years past as they come in 500 at 7-7 on the year. Second free throw from Downan is good. He's got 5 points. Lions find themselves down a point, 15-14, 2-minute mark of the first quarter. And working over toward Anderson. He's toward the right corner. Now into the game is Jaden Ethington. He wears number 50. Anderson to Clark. Clark drives, floats, gets the foul, and they're going to call the charge on Clark. His second team foul. Nice job defensively by the Lions.
Yeah, Carterville's done a very good job all year of taking charges. That's 3 turnovers now for Sparta.
Bryce Anderson brings the ball across the timeline. Floats toward the right wing. Nice pass down low to the right block. Downan. Turnaround jumper from Downan is good. He's got 7. He's feeling it here early. He leads the Lions. And Carterville has a 1-point lead, 16-15. Dion Clark gets it to Anderson for Sparta. To Ethington. From the left elbow, the shot from Ethington is no good, and Downan gets the rebound. Carterville's taking it the other way. Shane Hawkins says, go, 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 go. They get it to Carson Pearson. The ball goes out of bounds off of Ethington. It's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, Downan's got off to a good start. He's got a nice soft touch for a big man. Of course, we know he can handle the ball on the outside. He's just a complete player and only a sophomore.
We get to watch him for 2 more years.
That's right.
Quarterback. He'll be the starting quarterback next year for Brett Dial, the Carterville Lions. Dylan Moore across the free throw line over to the right wing. 15-footer from Stritzel's no good. Rebound comes off to Tony Williams for Sparta. Quickly the other way. Ethington to Clark. Left-hand dribble by Clark between the circles to the left wing. That's Tony Williams. Holds it up. He's guarded by Dylan Moore. Moore got bumped from behind by Cometto. Wide open 3 from the right wing, no good. Rebound put up by Sparta, no good. Battle for the board. Carterville comes away, but it was Luke Stritzel. He dropped it as he was trying to make a bounce pass out of bounds. So a turnover on the Lions. That's number 4. Downan checks out. Dylan Moore checks out. Tyler Biddle back into the game. Austin Garby is on the floor. Pearson, Bryce Anderson, and Luke Stritzel.
Sparta plays everybody that's on their bench. That's not a very deep bench, but they play everybody.
Yes, they do. We have a foul down in low. It's going to be on Braden Cometto.
Illegal screen.
And he got into Garby. Downan's going to check back in. It was a quick breather. 25 seconds remaining. He replaces Stritzel. Shane Hawkins wants the offense. Try to score here before the end of the quarter. Hawk gives instructions to his Lions. Anderson in the backcourt. Nice job on the pressure by Dion Clark. Down and up top to Garby. He's between the circles. Looks inside, leaves for Biddle. Tyler Biddle gets it to Carson. 6 seconds, 5. Carson has to back up. Gotta go. 3 seconds, 2 to the right wing. Gets it to Garby. Fires from 3 off the back of the iron. No good, and that ends the first quarter. But the Lions, they lead it by 1. They're up 16-15. Second quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Sparta. Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson as we head to the second quarter. Carterville leads at 16-15.
Carterville shot 50% in that first quarter, 60% for Sparta.
Sparta has the basketball to start here in the second. Into the game now is Jared Stefani. He has the basketball, backs it up. He's guarded by Tyler Biddle. To the right side he goes, gets the lane to the bucket, down the baseline, has to back it up. Now they work it toward the top of the key, back to Carlos Keene. And now over to the right side, that's Dion Clark. Clark finds a cutting Keene, gets it to him. He has to kick it out top, wide open 3, deep 3 from the top of the key, no good. Down and gets the rebound for the Lions. Carterville's on the run. Tyler Biddle takes it into the paint. Nice job, gets fouled from behind, and Tyler Biddle is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Yeah, nice job by Biddle. That haircut's making him play.
Man, he
well.
made a cut right through there, didn't he?
He might want to get a bird. on this last possession by Sparta, Harris, their big guy, I was watching him. He was in the lane, I counted, for 8 seconds. Never came out of the lane, never got caught, but he was camping in there. And that's something that if Coach Hawkins or somebody on his staff sees, might want to point that out to the officials.
Biddle made his first free throw, 17-15. I didn't catch who the foul was on. And on the new scoreboards, they don't show who that is. Biddle misses the second. And it's Sparta basketball. Keene drives, kicks it over to the right corner, wide open 3 off the iron, gets the touch. That is Dion Clark. He's got 2 3-pointers in the game, 6 points total. And the Bulldogs back up to a 1-point lead, 18-17.
Well, you have to stop the dribble drive into the paint, because if you don't, everybody collapses on the guy with the ball and it leaves somebody open.
Well, and exactly what we wanted to see as Carterville turns the ball over. They had 4 first-quarter turnovers. That's the first here in the second. As Clark misses the layup, battle for the board. It comes to Dion Clark, and he's going to reset. Spins around on the right wing, leaves it for Stefani. He drives, kick out pass to Carlos Keene, left baseline. He drives the baseline, kick, and we've got a charging foul that's going to be called on Carlos Keene, and a turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs.
Again, a good job by the Lions to get to that baseline before the player with the ball can get to the lane. Carterville down by 1, but with a chance to take the lead.
John A. Logan, a winner earlier this evening at home. Their first game since the holidays. They knock off Western Kentucky Tech, 137-76. Man, they just blew them out of the gym tonight. The Vols looking good in their first game back. Carterville has the basketball. Tyler Biddle to Garby. Dribbles across the lane. Now it goes to Bryce Anderson, who fires from 3 off the front of the iron. The rebound comes off to Tony Williams. Quickly the other way. Wide open in the left corner. Passes up the shot. Gets it down on the left block as Tony Williams gets fouled. and is going to go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. The foul is on Luke Stritzel for the Lions.
Sparta's had done a pretty good job in this first half of getting the ball into the lane and kicking it out either the corner or the wings. And Sparta's had a lot of open three looks in this first half.
Well, that's what I was going to say a minute ago, is Sparta's doing exactly what we wanted to see Carterville do.
Right.
And take it into the paint, kick it out to the wide open man, and they're hitting those shots.
Yeah, Carterville comes into this game only shooting 39% from the field for the season and only 22.9% from beyond the arc. So Carterville really needs to start shooting a lot better.
Williams misses the second free throw. It's a 2-point Bulldog lead as the pass from Bryce Anderson's picked off by Sparta. Turnover on the Lions. 5:45 remaining here in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, on our halftime show, I had a chance to talk to Luke Ford. We're going to have that interview coming up as he's transferring from the University of Georgia, from Kirby Smart to Lovie Smith. Sparta has it on the left end of the court, on your radio dial. Wide open three taken from Stefani is good. Sweet touch from Jared Stefani. That's his first bucket. It's a big one. It's a three, and it's a 5-point Bulldog lead. Nice pass down low to Garby. Puts the ball on the floor, has it tipped out of his hands, and it's going to belong to the Lions.
Yeah, most times I would say when you, as a big guy, if you get the ball underneath, don't put it on the floor, but he almost had to because he caught the ball under the basket and was trying to get to, I think, the right side of the basket, so he had to put the ball on the floor. But Carterville's got to stop this three-point barrage by Sparta. They've hit 4 threes in this first half.
They sure have. Dylan Morse from about 12. That's off the iron. Bryce Anderson gets the rebound, gets it back to Moore. Carterville can reset at the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Anderson takes it into the lane. Downen has to go to the floor to get it. It's under his back, and we have a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Now, Carterville's been really sloppy with the ball at the start of this second quarter. A quarter where, when it started, Carterville had a 1-point lead.
They find themselves down 5 to the Bulldogs, 22-17. Tyler Biddle takes it right to the lane and has it slapped out of his hands. They're going to say it was off of Kerry Harris of the Bulldogs. It's going to belong to the Lions. So Bryce Anderson will trigger. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare. Dylan Moore drives to the rack. Nice layup for Dylan Moore. His first bucket of the game. This Lions broadcast brought to you by SIH, Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. Sparta into the front court. Over on the right wing, that is Tony Williams. He reverses, takes it to the hole, backs it up. They're going to work it around to the left perimeter. That's Stefani toward the left corner, guarded by Biddle. Right-hand dribble over to Deion Clark. He loses the handle, gets it back, gets it to Keene, and his pass is out of bounds. Turnover on the Sparta Bulldogs. I've got him for 2 here in the quarter.
I've got him for 6 in the game, and I'm not so sure Carterville may have caught a break. I think Tyler Biddle knocked the ball out of bounds. He kind of had that sheepish smile on the way down the floor, but the official who made the call was at midcourt, so
we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Down 3, 22-19, 4:05 on the second quarter clock. Carterville basketball, right wing, Bryce Anderson to Garby. Up top, works it to the left side. Nice entry pass down low to Downen. Defense, he just throws it up at the rim, no good. Good defense there, prevented a good shot from Downen. Taking it the other way, the left-hand layup from Keene is no good. Quickly, Carterville's on the run the other way. Here comes Bryce Anderson, takes it to the rack. Right-hand layup, no good. Rebound, Downen, put back, no good. Garby gets the rebound, throws it up, misses it altogether. A battle for the ball, and Sparta comes onto there. 3 chances for the Lions on that possession with no goal. Behind the back pass to Williams. Right wing, corner pocket, Deion Clark misses the 3 ball. And that was a quick possession for Sparta, and a foul in the backcourt is going to be called on Carlos Keene, his second.
Carterville only has 1 field goal in this second quarter, 1 of 6 from the field. Sparta only has 2, but both of those were 3s.
Length of the floor to go for the Lions. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville for over 30 years. a certified York dealer. They service all brands. Call 985-2502 or go to charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Austin Garvey, he's picked up defensively by Rodney Anderson. He has the ball to the left wing. To Biddle. To Downen. Wide open three from Dylan Moore. Right wing off the iron. And Anderson saves it for Sparta. Gets it to Stefani. Across the midcourt line. Ball's tipped out of bounds. They're going to say it was off of Bryce Anderson. It belongs to Sparta.
Yeah, Carterville just needs to settle down offensively. They've had some open looks. I think they've forced a couple of opportunities, but they're only down by 3.
Tony Williams to Stefani. Wide open three from the left corner. Doesn't hit anything, and Eli Downen's there to clean it up for the Lions. Quickly the other way. Tyler Biddle takes it into the paint, has the ball slapped around, diving on the floor is Dylan Moore, and Carlos Keene, and turnover on the Lions, going to give it back to the Bulldogs.
Now, Biddle got the ball in the right wing, decided he was going to go in the lane, got it slapped away. That's 7 turnovers now for Carterville. This is the quarter that nobody wants to take control of. Both teams have shot poorly, and both teams have several turnovers.
16-15 at the end of the first quarter. It's 22-19 now. Tony Williams leaves it for Rodney Anderson, and head fakes, takes it to the rack, and they're calling blocking foul on Dylan Moore of the Lions.
I thought Dylan was set, but
Rodney Anderson, the senior is going to go to the line, shoot a couple of free throws. The foul was on Dylan Moore. Anderson's first free throw is good, 23-19. 2:12 on the clock. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the IBEW Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members and a better life for all. Second from Rodney Anderson. Rims out. Eli Downen with the rebound. Down 4, 23-19. The Lions trail the Bulldogs. 2-minute mark of the first half. Austin Garvey between the circles, over to Bryce Anderson. He thinks about shooting the 3, wants to get it down low, gets it to Downen. He tries that spin move where he can set up the hook, gets tied up. Bryce Anderson's there to clean it up, puts up a ball off the front of the iron, no good. Downen another rebound. Tyler Biddle back to Anderson. Anderson's going to launch from 3, front of the iron, comes right back to Anderson. Carterville continues. This will be the 4th opportunity. Dylan Moore has the ball slapped out of his hands. Everybody piles on the floor. Carterville comes out with it. Bryce Anderson down low to Garvey. He's fouled from behind by Rodney Anderson of Sparta. And, man, what a flurry there for the Lions.
Carterville's fortunate to still be in this game. They're 1 of 9 from the field in the second quarter. And sometimes it looks like they're handling a grenade out there.
Checking out is Deion Clark. Coming in for Sparta is Braden Cometto. At the line is Austin Garvey, shooting a couple of free throws. He's got 4 points so far in the game. First one is good. Gets the touch on that one. 5 now for Garvey. Carterville down 3. Minute 28 here in the second quarter.
Lions only shooting 65% from the free throw line this year. That's another stat that has to improve in the new year.
You gotta like to see that up around 75% as he does hit the second. 6 now for Garvey. Eli Downen has 7 for the Lions. Down 2, 23-21. Sparta with the basketball. Top of the key it goes to Kerry Harris. He gives it up to Stefani between the circles. And the pass is tipped away. Nice job by Dylan Moore. Takes it to the hole the other way. Carterville the layup by Dylan Moore. 4 points for Dylan, and we're all tied at 23 at the 1-minute mark of the half.
Anticipation by Moore is what caused that turnover.
Spin move in the paint from Tony Williams, no good. Sparta gets the rebound. Back to Williams. They're going to slow it down as the clock ticks toward 40 seconds remaining in the half. To Anderson. That's Rodney Anderson. Into the game is Cometto. He has it. Now to the left wing to Kerry Harris. Back it goes to the top to Tony Williams. He's going to reset. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Over to the right wing. That's where you find Anderson. Wants to drive the baseline. Cut off by Dylan Moore. He hits the floor, and the shot from about 12 feet is good from Cometto, his first bucket of the game. Carterville a chance to score here and tie it at the end of the half. To the right wing, that is Tyler Biddle. Left-hand dribble between the circles. Has to spin out. 7 seconds, 6, 5 on the clock. Anderson back toward midcourt. Somebody needs to do something. Kick out to Biddle. Shot at the buzzer wouldn't be good anyway, and that's how we end the first half. It is 25-23 Sparta, the 2-point lead as we head toward the halftime. This halftime show brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating. Stay tuned. Halftime is next on News Radio WJPF. How long is that Luke Ford interview? How long is that Luke Ford interview? Okay, we'll get right into it pretty quick. Yep, that's what we'll do. At the half, it's Dave McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, as it is our Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating halftime show. 25-23, Sparta Bulldogs lead the Lions.
Well, Carterville only shot 36% from the field in that first half because they only shot 20% in that second quarter. 47% for the Bulldogs. They had 4 threes in that first half. Carterville with 2. Rebounding, Carterville out-rebounded the Bulldogs 16-10. Eli Downham leads the Lions with 8 rebounds in that first half. Williams leads Sparta with 4. Both teams with 7 turnovers in the first half.
Downham leads the Lions in scoring. He has 7. Carson Pearson 3, Dylan Moore 4, Gostin Garby 6, and Tyler Biddle has 3 for the Lions. Sparta is led in scoring by Rodney Anderson with 6, Kerry Harris 4, Braden Cometto with 2, Jared Stefani a 3-ball. He's got 3. Carlos Keene has 2, and Dion Clark has 6. 25-23, Bulldogs lead the Lions. Talked earlier about Carterville alum Luke Ford, who went to the Georgia Bulldogs to play football, made the decision today to transfer to the Fighting Illini, the University of Illinois today. And on my way, just as I was driving up here to Sparta, I stopped by the house and had a chance to talk with Luke for a couple of minutes. This is my interview with Luke Ford, who's now with the Fighting Illini here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, sorry you can't hear that interview. It's just back at the studio, what's going over the air. Won't have time for the 60. No, we've got 10 seconds before we go. They're getting ready to. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson at the half as we're getting ready for third quarter action. The Bulldogs lead the Lions 25-23. It's going to be nice to have Luke Ford closer to home. And, man, what a pickup for Lovie Smith, you would think.
It'll be a lot easier for Carterville residents, Carterville football fans to go see him play, obviously at Champaign. And, you know, whether you're a high school athlete or college athlete, you know, you want to be comfortable. And obviously he's more comfortable coming back and playing at Illinois. Big Ten, it's not going to be easy.
We'll know in a couple of days about his eligibility for next year. But we'll let you know as soon as we hear about that. But thanks to Luke and his family for letting me stop by and talk with him earlier. As we're underway here, nice spin move by Austin Garby. The right-hand layup's no good. The rebound comes off to the Sparta Bulldogs, and they bring it the other way. Just underway, Sparta's in the home whites with the blue letters, moving from left to right. Carterville in the road blues with the orange lettering. And we have a 5-second call on the Sparta Bulldogs. Coach Jonathan Norton jumps up and down, then sets down quietly on his bench. It's a turnover on the Bulldogs.
Well, nobody on the Bulldog squad came to the person who had the ball. It's like a receiver going after a pass. Left him out, hung him out to dry, and the turnover gives the ball back to Carterville.
I had 10 turnovers on Sparta in the first half. I had 7 on the Lions in the first half. And that was the first one here in the second. If we have a whistle and a foul as Eli Downen was breaking toward the ball. And it's going to be on the Bulldogs. It's going to be on Kerry Harris. That's the second on Harris for Sparta. Carterville ball. Dylan Moore takes it to the rack, misses the layup, and the rebound comes off to Rodney Anderson of Sparta. The other way, Carlos Keene. Slide step into the lane. Left-hand layup is good from Carlos Keene. He's got 4, and it's a 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Carterville's pass is tipped away. The first turnover in the second half. The other way, Keene by himself takes it to the rack, throws it up underneath the rack, hit the rim, hits the bottom of the rim, but Sparta controls. To the right wing, to Tony Williams. He looks to get it to Kerry Harris. He throws it off of Austin Garby. And it's going to belong to the Sparta Bulldogs.
Carterville's had 3 possessions to start this third quarter. 2 missed layups and a turnover. Not what you're looking for if you're Coach Hawkins.
2 missed layups by the Bulldogs as well.
Yeah.
27-23, 6:34 left here in the third quarter. At the half, West Frankfort led Heron 21-20. At the end of 1, it was Carbondale over. I didn't see who that was, Scott.
That was Anderson.
Carbondale leads Marion 10-8 after 1. 29-23, the Bulldogs a 6-point lead. Carterville the basketball, down and drives left block, has his shot blocked from behind. Clean block from Kerry Harris.
Harris hasn't done a whole lot offensively, but just his presence on the inside defensively, an alter shot, or as we saw there, can block shots.
Rodney Anderson has 9 points after that last field goal. Down and misses from the left block, a little short jumper, no good. And the rebound off to the Bulldogs. Carlos Keene backs it up, going to reset the offense. Carterville matched up man-to-man defensively. 5:55 remaining, 29-23. The Bulldogs a 6-point lead. Shot is blocked from behind by Tony Williams, and it goes out of bounds off of Carterville to belong to the Bulldogs.
Carterville has 2 field goals since the start of the second quarter. They are 2 out of 14 from the field,
wow.
And still only down by 6.
It's crazy sometimes the numbers we're seeing. Carterville can be as cold a shooting team as you will ever see, and you think it's just a short thing, but they're a cold shooting team all season. Quickly the other way, Dylan Moore gets fouled as he gets the right-hand layup. He misses the layup, but is going to go to the line, shoot a couple of free throws as Kerry Harris just picked up his 3rd foul for the Bulldogs, putting Dylan Moore at the line shooting 2.
Yeah, not counting that shot there. The Carterville Lions in this third quarter, they've missed 2 layups, a shot within 5 feet, yet only down by 6. If they can make some free throws, which Moore misses the first one.
We've made 5 free throws. Moore misses, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We're 5 for 8 from the line. 6 for 9. Dylan Moore picks up his first point of the second half. He's got 5 in the game. Carterville down 5, 29-24, 5:30 remaining in the third quarter. We appreciate you listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. I'm Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. Nice give and go to Rodney Anderson. He misses the right-hand runner. And the Carterville Lions get the rebound. Anderson quickly into the front court. Down low, Luke Stritzel. Kick out to Eli Downen. Wide open 3, no good off the front of the iron. And it's Tony Williams with the rebound. To the right wing. His entry pass to Anderson is tipped out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
Sparta 2 of 5 to start the third quarter. Carterville 0 of 5. Ofer.
It's woeful.
Low score only counts in golf. This isn't golf.
Hey, it's going to be warm enough. We can play golf this weekend. 60 degrees. Let's go.
I'll get back to you on that.
No. Left wing with the basketball. Hand it off to Deion Clark up top. Now to Tony Williams. He's going to drive the left side of the lane. Throws it up at the rack. No good. Anderson gets the rebound for Sparta. Puts it back up. No good. Ball's tipped around. Comes to Tony Williams, who stepped out of bounds. Another turnover on the Bulldogs. Carterville just hanging right in there. 29-24.
Now Sparta's giving Carterville every opportunity to get back in this game and even take the lead. But Carterville without a field goal since late in the second quarter.
Whistle out front on Rodney Anderson, his second, as he bumped into Eli Downen, who was back at the point for the Lions.
That's already their third team foul. So Carterville will probably be going to the free throw line, maybe not this quarter, but maybe early in the fourth.
We have a whistle and a timeout. I think this may be the first timeout of the game, as Sparta calls a full timeout. 29-24. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. I'm hungry.
I stopped in Pinckneyville drive-through before I came up, but
(29-24). This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, downtown Carterville for over 30 years, a certified York dealer who service all brands. Call 985-2502 or visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com. 4:20 remaining here in the third quarter after the timeout. Carterville basketball. Nice entry pass to Eli Downen. Turnaround jump hook is good from Downen. His first bucket of the second half, and he's got 9.
They really need, talking about Carterville, need Downen to get hot and kind of take control of this game.
Like he started the game. He had 7 first quarter points. A shot no good from Cometto for Sparta. Nice outlet pass to Tyler Biddle. Takes it to the rack, waits on the defender. And slipped a little bit, but he winds up getting the shot to go. Tyler's got 5 points, and Carterville's now within a point.
I'm not so sure he didn't travel, but
I'm saying the same thing.
Carterville's within 1.
29-28, 3:40. As man, there's a lot of slipping on the floor tonight. I know we've had a lot of rain, but
I don't think there's a sheet of ice underneath this floor. A lot of times at the old, what used to be the Scott Trade Center, now Enterprise Center, you have the ice underneath the basketball court, and sometimes that causes some slippage.
Jump shot from Cometto's no good. We have a whistle behind the play, and it's going to be on the Sparta Bulldogs. It's going to be on Cometto, his second.
Sparta has now missed their last 7 shots from the field. Carterville has a chance to take the lead here on this possession.
3:25. Downing to the right wing to Anderson. He drives across the paint, leaves it for Moore. Downing has it left elbow. Back up top it goes to Moore. He loses the handle. Battle for it on the floor. Sparta Bulldogs come away, and they're going to call Bryce Anderson on the foul. The slap, and we have a timeout that is going to be taken by the Sparta Bulldogs. It's a 30-second timeout. 29-28. Bulldogs lead it here on NewsRadio WJPF. 30 here, Brian. 30. Mr. Fester, there is no scoreboard over the court, so all there is on the ends. 29-28, this Lions broadcast brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, IBEW, Local 702, providing a better lifestyle for members, a better life for all. 3:13 on the clock. It's 29-28 Bulldogs. Carterville just hanging around, not making a lot of field goals, but still within the game. Also, at the half, Carbondale leads Marion 22-21. Sparta's basketball. Kerry Harris has it on the baseline, gets it to Anderson. Around the perimeter they go toward the left wing. That's where you find Tony Williams with the ball. Up top, it's going to be Anderson that fires from three, no good. Ball's tipped around, comes down in the paint. Shot is put up and good from Tony Williams. He's got three, and it's back to a three-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Williams has 3 offensive rebounds in this game, and he's one of the smaller guys on the floor.
Dylan Moore got a lane to the rack. The right-hand layup rolls across the neck of the rim. No good. Bulldogs bring it the other way. That is Carlos Keene. Right to the hole, gets fouled, and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple as he missed the right-hand layup.
He got the ball around midcourt, or actually in the backcourt, took it all the way. Nobody stepped in front of him. Nobody made him get rid of the basketball. Again, another layup missed by Carterville. That's 3 in this third quarter.
At the line is Carlos Keene shooting a couple of free throws. The foul was on Bryce Anderson. Keene hits the free throw. He's got 5. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. Stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. You can check balances, pay bills, make transfers. Learn more at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Keene hits the second free throw. 6 now for Carlos Keene. And Sparta picks up the defensive pressure in the backcourt. Carterville goes over the top, gets it to Carson Pearson in to the game for the first time here in the second half. 33-28, Bulldogs lead it. As Eli Downing misses from about 10 feet, no good. Rebound comes off to the Bulldogs. They bring it the other way. Between the legs, right side, down to the right pocket. Pass is tipped around, but Rodney Anderson's there to clean it up for the Bulldogs. Right wing, skip pass, tipped around, and it's going to be a battle for the ball. I'm not surprised they didn't call a travel, but a jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to your Carterville Lions.
That's 3 turnovers now for Sparta, but Carterville, only 2 field goals in the second quarter, only 2 field goals so far in the third quarter, and very fortunate to only be down by 5.
With 1:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Anderson across the timeline, gets the pick for Austin Garby. Pass down low to Downing. Nice job defensively to get there, Rodney Harris, but he's called for the foul as he bumped into Downing. Now, Kerry Harris just picked up his 4th foul. (33-28). Kerry Harris is going to check out. It's going to be Jared Stefani that checks in for him. Stefani, the senior, the 5'10 senior. One of 3 seniors on this team led by Jonathan Norton, head coach. 7-7, the Sparta Bulldogs on the year. Carterville 6-8. They're 2-1 in conference. Pearson fires from 15, no good. Rebound comes off to Stefani. 1:15 remaining here in the third. To Williams, he drives, leaves it for Anderson. Bank shot no good, and Garmy with the rebound for the Lions. 1:06 remaining. Carterville turns it over on the bad pass. Here come the Bulldogs from the left elbow. The shot is off the iron, no good. Battle for the board. Comes off to Carson Pearson. 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Carson Pearson hands to Anderson, to Downen. Now from the left pocket is good from Dylan Moore. That's a big shot for the Carterville Lions. Moore has 8.
First 3 since the first quarter for Carterville.
Carterville down 2, 33-31 with 35 seconds remaining. Sparta basketball. Keene puts it up, gets the bucket, gets the foul. Is going to go to the line and get a couple of free and get the and one.
Nobody stopped him. He beat his man on the outside, but nobody came and greeted him until he got to the low block, and by then it's too late.
Keene has 8 with an opportunity to get his 9th point. Second time he's been at the line here in just the third quarter. He was, and 2 that he made just moments ago. This is the and one for the chance to go to 9 points and give a 5-point lead to the Bulldogs. He does it. So he's going to check out with 33 seconds. That's Keene, who I'm speaking of. Checking into the game is Jaden Ethington for the Bulldogs. Carterville, the length of the floor to go, 30 seconds, and they're down 5. Left wing to Pearson. He's guarded by Ethington. Top of the key, it goes to Garby between the circles. Looks to the right side, now comes back left to Pearson. Pearson, head fakes, gets it to Downen. He drives the left side of the line. Right hand up floater's no good. Garby battles for the board, gets flung to the floor. Jump ball, but it belongs to the Sparta Bulldogs with 9 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, this quarter may tell the tale of the game. Carterville just has not shot the ball well. Neither has Sparta. Sparta has 4 field goals in the second half, or excuse me, third quarter. Carterville has 3. One of those are 3, and they just can't score.
Carterville's only scored 8 points here in the third. Length of the floor to go. Of course, it's Carlos Keene. He takes it. Drives the left baseline. Left-hand layup is good. They just let him go right down the lane at the buzzer. He's got 11 to lead the Bulldogs, and we're going to the fourth quarter. It's a 7-point Bulldog lead, 38-31. Fourth quarter action next on News Radio WJPF. Wow.
That's some bad shooting, Tex. %.
Back at Sparta, 38-31 as we begin play here in the fourth quarter.
Carterville shot 25% in that third quarter, 31% for Sparta. If there's a silver lining, Sparta has shot worse each quarter of this game. So maybe if they can get below 31%, Carterville may have a shot to win this game.
38-31 to start the play here in the fourth quarter. Downen is fouled as he takes it to the hole and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws as they call the foul on Braden Cometto, the third on Cometto.
Go ahead, Dave.
Downen will be shooting 2 here in the fourth quarter.
That's also 6 team fouls on Sparta, so the next one, Carterville will already be in the bonus.
First one from Eli, the 6'4 sophomore, is good. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, sponsors and supporters of Lions sports. Don't forget, tomorrow night we're at home to take on the Chester Yellow Jackets in non-conference action. That game's slated for 7:45. Second one from Downen is good. Tuesday night, Scott and I go to Hamilton County. The Lions taking on Hamco Tuesday evening in non-conference action. And the next weekend, begin playing the Frankfurt Midwinter Classic. 38-33, a 5-point Bulldog lead, 7.5 remaining in the game. He's Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie here on News Radio WJPF. Sparta Bulldogs basketball. Keene has guarded by Carson Pearson. Leaves it for Tony Williams. Kick out to the right wing. They work the perimeter. Top of the key. A three taken from Herbert. No good. Bulldogs get the rebound, though, and they'll reset. Keene drives, just floats, hops, skips, jumps, whatever it takes. He gets it up there, and he makes the field goal. He's got 13, and it's a 7-point Bulldog lead.
Yeah, 5 offensive rebounds in this second half for Sparta, and they converted on that one.
Tyler Biddle runs into a double team. The ball, thought that went off of Tyler Biddle, but Carterville gets the call. It's going to be their ball.
Got to stay out of the corners. If you get the ball in the corner, you got to look to get rid of it quickly or drive the baseline if it's open.
Bulldogs are trying to get that double team, and that's what happened to Biddle there. Downen has it, takes the inbound pass. Up top it goes to Pearson, right side, gives it to Biddle. Between the circles, he's guarded by Williams. Down low, left block, nice head fake by Downen, puts the shot up, misses the layup. Garby's there to get the rebound, and the putback is good from Austin Garby. And that's 8 points for Garby, and we have another timeout on the floor. It is going to be 30-second timeout. 40-35, 5-point Bulldog lead on News Radio WJPF. Yeah, 30. At the half, Carbondale led Marion 22-21 after 3. West Frankfort leads Heron 36-35. 6.5 left here. 40-35, a 5-point Bulldog lead. With the win, Sparta could go to 8-7 on the season. With a win for the Lions, they could go to 7-8 on the season. 3-1 in conference. Sparta's basketball. Keene just throws the ball away as he drove the baseline and had nobody to throw it to. Nice pass to Downen. He gets fouled as he takes it to the hole. He's going to go to the line and shoot a couple more free throws.
If that's on Cometto, I think that's 4. Nope, we're going to call it on Deion Clark.
Break for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Downen's at the line. He's already got 11 points in the game. How many boards does he have tonight?
Downen has 11.
Double-double.
Yep. For
Mr. Downen. Frequent visitor to the double-double club. Makes the first. He's made 3, 1, 2. He's made all of his free throws. He's perfect from the line, 5 for 5 so far in the game. Had a 3-pointer to start the game off for the Lions. The first point's on the board. The second free throw from Downen off the front of the iron, no good. I jinxed him. See?
Way to go.
That's on the announcer. 6 minutes remaining. 4-point lead for the Bulldogs. Carterville just hangs around, but they give Carlos Keene the lane. He throws it up, no good. Garby gets the rebound, falls over Keene on the floor, turns it over the other way, and Sparta turns it over. Carterville's on the run. That's Bryce Anderson. Right wing, it goes to Pearson. Back to Anderson. They'll work around the top. Back to the right side to Pearson to Garby now toward the right wing. Back to the top of the key to Anderson. His pass is tipped away. Turnover on the Lions. As it's Tony Williams with the basketball. He's going to slow things down, waiting on Carlos Keene to get back into the front court. He does. Williams throws it to Rodney Anderson. He has to leap on the far sideline to save it. And then ball is tipped out of bounds off of Sparta's Cometto. That's a turnover on the Bulldogs. It's going to belong to the Lions, a chance to pull within 2.
Man, nobody wants to take control of this game.
It's not pretty, Scott.
It's not pretty. It's not a picture you want to send home to your mom and dad.
Checking out, Braden Cometto checks out. Checking back in for Coach Jonathan Norton. Kerry Harris. Carterville a chance to they could get to within 1 with a 3 ball. Downen drives the left baseline. Right-hand layup is good from Downen. He's starting to heat things up here.
I get the ball to Downen every time and tell him to go right at Harris because Harris cannot afford to bump him.
He's got 14, Downen does, for the Lions. Down 2, 40-38. Just another typical SIRR game. Close battle. Wide open three is buried from way downtown by Dion Clark. That is his third three-pointer in the game. And it's a 43-38 Bulldog lead.
And their first of the second half.
Downen drives to the baseline. Has his shot blocked. That's Rodney Anderson that slapped him on the wrist. But once again, Downen is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Well, Carterville's going to be in the bonus the rest of the game.
That helps.
And Carterville's going to have to score with the clock stopped.
Downen with 14 points. The sophomore, the first free throw. Good for Eli Downen. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Southern Illinois Healthcare, dedicated to the communities we serve. Call 866-744-2468 or visit SIH.net. Downen looking for point number 16 is good. Carterville back to within 3 now. Carterville picks up the pressure, gets the turnover. Dylan Moore gets the layup for the Lions. 10 for Moore, and Carterville's within 1.
Moore, the recipient of a bad inbounds pass, and Carterville's within 1.
Shane Hawkins all excited. Claps on the enthusiasm and cheering on his Lions. Kerry Harris kicks it out, top of the key. To Keene, he slips, drives to the lane, runs into Downen, and they're gonna call Downen for the block. He was just standing there still. And Downen is gonna pick up his second foul, and Carlos Keene is gonna go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Sparta's been very good at the free throw line tonight. Maybe I'll jinx them the other way. Nope.
6 of 8, now 7 of 9. 3:52 remaining, 44-42. Second from Keene is good. He's got 15 points to lead Sparta. Carterville's down 3, 45-42. Carterville needs another bucket and a couple of defensive stands. Look at Downen fire from 3, no good. Keene gets the rebound. It's the Downen Keene show here tonight. Down to the left corner. Clark. Up top it goes to Keene. He's picked up defensively by Tyler Biddle. To the right wing, Anderson, his pass was intended for Kerry Harris, and it throws it away. Another turnover. I've got him for 4 here in the fourth quarter.
I've got him for 7 in the second half. I've got Carterville for 5, so Carterville's well below their average for turnovers in a game, but Carterville just hasn't shot the ball well in the second half.
Bryce Anderson leaves it for Tyler Biddle. His left-hand dribble. He goes to Dylan Moore. He gets a wide-open lane to the bucket, lays it in with the right hand. 12 for Dylan Moore. Carterville's within 1. 3 minutes remaining. Top of the circle. To the right wing, they work it. That's Dion Clark. Don't leave him open. He'll bury the 3. He's got 3 of them so far. Nice job by Bryce Anderson. And we have a timeout that's taken by Coach Jonathan Norton of the Sparta Bulldogs. It is going to be a 30-second timeout. 45-44, Bulldogs 1-point lead on your Lions here on News Radio WJPF. 30. Okay. Sounds like the signal's been pretty good tonight. I say that and it chirps. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. They have an online mortgage center where you can check rates or apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information, visit the website tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval. Sparta Bulldogs basketball, 2:45 remaining in the game. On the road at Sparta, Randolph County tonight. Bulldogs the 1-point lead, a whistle and a clearing foul elbow on Austin Garby, maybe.
Austin's looking at the official like, obviously away from the ball, but and the official that made the call was the furthest away from the
backside official. You're right. So it's Sparta basketball on the side. Dion Clark will inbound. Over to Clark, who rolled the baseline, gets the pass down low to Kerry Harris. He was wanting to shoot. Nice defense by the Lions. They double-teamed him. He gets it back. Right hand hook, no good. Rebound by Tony Williams, and Sparta's going to reset. 2:20 on the clock. Carterville's down one. It's getting exciting. 45-44. King, top of the key, it goes to Dion Clark. Nice give and go to Kerry Harris, and he can't hit the layup. And Carterville gets the rebound at the 2-minute mark. The other way, Dylan Moore. I think Dylan Moore may be the hero for the Lions tonight. You can kind of feel it. He's getting into the fourth quarter. Downen has his wrist slapped on the baseline. A foul is going to be called on Rodney Anderson. Nope, they're going to say it was out of bounds.
Downen kind of lost his balance on the baseline, and they're going to say it went off Anderson's foot. Carterville with a chance to take the lead for the first time in a long, well, I guess since the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, 45-44. Lions down one. Downen has it. Takes it into the paint. Short jumper off the back of the iron, no good. And the Bulldogs, Anderson gets the rebound. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Keene to the right wing. Crossover dribble, steps into the paint, and is fouled by Austin Garby. Dylan Moore is who they're going to call it on.
Only the 5th team foul, so Sparta will have to inbound. Downen had the right idea. Take the ball right at Harris, who was guarding him and had 4 fouls. But I think I would have taken it a little stronger to the hole instead of pulling up. I would have forced Harris to bump me and at least draw the foul.
Hopefully get that foul.
Yep.
Austin Garby just picked up his 3rd foul. Sparta's basketball on the side. On the inbound pass down low, Carlos King gets the bucket, gets the foul, and will go to the line and shoot for the and one.
The little plays that you have to make in a close game to win, and somehow Williams, who has been a monster on the boards tonight, got open underneath and was fouled and makes the 3-point play.
Dylan Moore is the one in charged with the foul. That is 17-18 now for Carlos Keene. Carterville's down 4. Bryce Anderson takes it to the hole, and he gets fouled by Dion Clark. Feel a little air of desperation now by the Lions.
Yeah, you got to hit these free throws. You know, the clock stopped. Only down by 4. You hit these 2, you're only down by 2. And
Anderson looking for his first point of the game. He's at the line shooting 2. First one is good. Coming up, Scott and I have to name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. We'll do that on our SIU Credit Union postgame show coming up. The conclusion of this, 48-45, Lions down 3. Field goal, free throws, no good by Anderson, and the Bulldogs get the rebound. Carlos Keene takes it across the timeline. 48-45, 1:20 remaining in the game. Carterville trying to push their conference record to 3-1. Sparta trying to push their record to 8-7 overall. Wide open 3 ball off the front of the iron, no good. Over the back is Rodney Anderson picking up his 4th foul for the Sparta Bulldogs. That's a break for the Lions.
I don't think that's the shot that Sparta's coach wanted, Jonathan Norton. That's not the shot you want. You have a 3-point lead, under 1:20 to go. All you have to do is run the clock. You don't even have to score again. Force Carterville to foul you, but he decided he was going to take that 3, and then Sparta gets called for over the back.
Austin Garby is at the line. This is not the 1+1. It's the 10th team foul on Sparta, so Carterville shooting 2 for the last 70 seconds. Garby's at the line. First one is good. That's his 9th point of the game.
Austin made the free throw, and then he went down there to get handshakes from his team members, and they weren't in the lane. He was like, well, I don't think Sparta's going to give me any high fives.
Second from Garby. Short. Rebound is tipped and thrown right back to the Carterville Lions. Turnover on the Bulldogs. Carterville a chance to tie it with a 2. Take the lead with a 3. Over to Garby, left corner. Right-hand dribble to the left wing. Top of the key, it goes to Biddle. Down into the paint. Turnaround hook is good from Downen, and we're tied. That is 18 for Downen with 45 seconds left. All tied at 48. Sparta's going to hold for the final shot, it looks like, as Carlos Keene slows down as he steps across midcourt.
I would put a little pressure on their guards when they got the ball, because they have turned the ball over at times in this game.
Tony Williams to Carlos Keene, 25 seconds, 24-23. Man-to-man matchup defensively. They're just working the right side of the court. 18, 17, 16 seconds on the clock. Carlos Keene, top of the key. Don't give him that base. Don't give him that lane. That's how he's torched the Lions for 18 so far in the game. 7 seconds, 6, 5 to go. Carlos Keene wants to drive. Back up jumper, thrown at the rim, no good. Carterville gets the rebound. We're going to overtime, tied at 48. Nice job defensively by the Lions. Overtime action next here on News Radio WJPF. Woo!
They took too long to start their play. It was like 6 seconds when he still had the ball near the midcourt.
Okay. How about that game, YouTubers? Hometown proud IGA. Hometown proud Baroviac IGA. We're going to overtime, all tied at 48, Scott Hudson.
Well, Carterville did just enough down the stretch, and Sparta, I go back to that 3 they took with a 2-point lead that they didn't need to. They just run clock and force Carterville a foul, an ill-advised shot. Carterville took advantage of that and scored to tie this game at 48, then played good defense in the last 40 seconds. And we're going into overtime. First one of the year for us.
Both teams are on the floor, ready to go. First overtime. All tied at 48. Teams switch sides. Going to jump ball. It'll be Eli Downen with the jump for the Lions. It will be Kerry Harris with the jump for the Bulldogs. 4 minutes on the clock. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball. On News Radio WJPF, the Lions win the tip. Maybe they can put these Bulldogs away here in this overtime period. Over to the right side is Carson Pearson. Top of the key, it goes to Anderson. Left-hand dribble, floats toward the left side. Nice pass to Downen. He runs right into a doubled team as Kerry Harris is there to tie him up. Jump ball, and it's going to belong to the Bulldogs.
Downen did not see the double team coming from his left, and once he put the ball on the floor, he was tied up, and that is turnover number 6 in this second half plus overtime for Carterville.
Bulldogs their first possession of the overtime period. So Rodney Anderson over, wide open 3 is buried once again from Dion Clark. He's got 4 threes in the game.
Yeah, Carterville's not guarded the 3 very well in this game.
Carterville into the front court. Downen. Nice pass down low to Garby. He gets fouled as they go to the line. And guess what? That's foul number 5 on Kerry Harris of the Sparta Bulldogs. He'll come out of the game. Austin Garby will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Got to make these free throws to get back to within 1 with 3:04 to go in overtime.
51-48. 3-point Bulldog lead after the 3-pointer from Dion Clark. Man, he's got a sweet stroke. He doesn't shoot a lot, but when he does, he's deadly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got, Sparta has 5 threes in the game now. They did not have any, excuse me, they got 6 in the game. Didn't have any in the third quarter.
Garby hits the first free throw. Within 2. Carbondale and Marion, 29-25 Carbondale at the end of 3. Second from Garby is good. That's 11 points now for Garby. 51-50, the Lions trail by 1. Under 3 to go in this overtime period. Carlos Keene again drives the lane. Right-hand layup is too strong, no good. Garby gets the rebound. Dishes to Anderson. Dylan Moore down low. Nice job by Eli Downen. Got the defender on his back and was able to just turn around and lay it in. Downen has 20 in the game, and Carterville has a 1-point lead at the 2:35 mark.
I don't think Downen realized how close he was to the basket when he got the ball, but he got it to go in.
He was surprised as the short jumper's no good from Williams, and the Lions get the rebound. Downen another rebound. Carterville can extend this 1-point lead. Downen hands it off to Carson Pearson. He spins, reverses, left-hand dribble to the left elbow to Anderson, who gets an opening on the baseline, has his shot blocked by Deion Clark. It goes out of bounds. Carterville will have it under their own basket.
Downen has 12 rebounds in this game.
To go with his 20 points. 52-51, 2:10 on the clock. Carterville's got to get it in, got to get it in, got to get it in. They do finally. Sorry, have to yell at you in the radio. Garby drives the left baseline, kicks it out to Moore. Moore pulls his dribble up, gets it to Downen toward the left wing. Now up top it goes between the circles to Pearson. He's guarded by Tony Williams. Left-right is Carson Pearson to the left wing to Downen. Top of the key to Garby. Now right side it goes to Pearson. Down low, the pass too strong for Downen off his hands. It's going to be a turnover on the Lions, the second in overtime, and the length of the floor to the go for the Sparta Bulldogs. And we have a timeout that is taken by Coach Jonathan Norton. It's going to be a full timeout, 60 seconds. Lions lead at 52-51 in overtime on News Radio WJPF.
Turn the ball over at the most inopportune times.
I know. $60, Brian, 60. We're in overtime here. Before I forget, Scott, I want to say good luck to the Carterville cheerleaders. They are on the road in Springfield, getting ready to compete tomorrow in the ICCA Invitational. This is a big deal. Carterville has one of the top cheerleading teams in the state. They've already qualified for the state championships in Normal. But good luck, ladies. Coach Linda Drust, Bonnie Howerton, and all the girls. Proud of you, and good luck tomorrow. Wish we could make it up there to see them, but we'll be home playing basketball tomorrow night against Chester. Sparta has the basketball. The right-hand layup is no good from Cometto. Carterville the other way. Outlet pass to Carson Pearson. Takes it to the rack. Misses the layup, but he gets fouled and is going to go to the line. He laid it off the bottom of the rim, but he got fouled from behind.
He got fouled from behind. Now you got to go to the free throw line, hit these 2 free throws.
Heron beat West Frankfort 58-52 tonight.
I think Frankfort led most of that game.
They did. Carson Pearson is at the line for the first time tonight. First one in and out, no good.
Boy, boy, boy. Carterville just keeps you on pins and needles.
Will we go to 2 overtimes? Who knows? Pearson gets the touch on the second one. That is 4 points for Carson. That's his first free throw. Carterville has a 2-point lead, 53-51. Carlos King slows it down as we tick our way to 70 seconds remaining in overtime. Carterville, the 2-point lead. To the right wing it goes to Tony Williams. course, he gets it to Clark. They're wanting to get it to Keene. Clark finds an opening across the lane, but throws it to Keene on the left wing. He's guarded by Tyler Biddle. Jumps, hops at the low block, misses the shot, the short jumper. Garby gets fouled. The foul is Carlos Keene, and Garby is going to go to the line and shoot free throws, and the Sparta fans say boo to the officials.
I thought there might be a tie-up call, which would have still given the ball to Carterville, but Garby just strong enough to hang on. I think some of the Sparta fans thought he may have traveled. But either way, Carterville is going to get a chance to go up by 4 if Garby, the senior, can hit these 2 free throws.
53-52. Garby has 11 in the game. He's 1, 2, missed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for 9. 5 for 8 from the line. 6 for 9. 12 points for Garby and a 3-point Lion lead, and we have a timeout on the floor. Sparta is a timeout called by Shane Hawkins. It's a 60. We'll be back in 60 seconds. 54-51. Lions lead it here on News Radio WJPF. Yeah, no kidding. Eight. Coming up on our SIU Credit Union postgame show, Scott and I will name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. 47 and a half seconds remaining. Carterville a 3-point lead, 54-51. Leading to the floor for the Bulldogs. Carlos Keene, left-hand dribble, top of the key, met there by Tyler Biddle. Right side they go to Stefani. Stefani guarded by Garby. Gets a break to the lane. Kick out pass to Keene. Wide open 3 left wing is good from from Carlos Keene. Wow, big shot, and we're tied at 54. Carterville, the chance to win it. 20 seconds remaining. 54-54. Downen has it. Now to Tyler Biddle. 15 seconds on the clock. To Carson Pearson. 10 seconds on the clock. Pearson moves now. And we have a timeout taken by Shane Hawkins with 7.8 seconds remaining in the game. What will Coach Shane Hawkins draw up? The Lions will have it on the far sideline. It is a 60-second timeout. We will keep it right here.
Sparta's last possession, I was going to say, guard the 3, but don't foul the 3, because that's the only, a 3 will only tie the game. He was as wide open as from here to Cutler.
It was a nice skip pass.
Yeah, because they broke the Sparta player on the right wing broke the defense down. He drove towards the paint. I think it was Anderson came over to stop him, or Pearson, but then he just kicked it over to the other wing, and they buried it. But Carterville has the ball and has a chance to win this game.
2 overtimes?
What else? We don't have anything else better to do tonight, do we?
Who would you give it to in this situation? Downen?
Well, I think you have to try to get the ball inside to Downen, in the paint somewhere. I don't think you want Downen necessarily on the outside, but if you get it to him in the paint and he's double-teamed, you kick it back out to somebody's got to be open if he gets double-teamed.
I'm telling you, Dylan Moore.
The senior, I'll take it.
Dylan Moore. He's my choice to get the game-winning shot. I agree with you. Quickly get it into the paint to Downen. Look for the kick out. If the shot's not there for Downen,
Another timeout.
Another timeout taken by Coach Jonathan Norton. Let's see here. Let's update some scores. The last we had, Heron beat West Frankfort 58-52 at the end of 3. Carbondale led Marion 29-25. Logan a winner tonight. The boys 137-76. That's their first game back for the second half of the season. That was over Western Kentucky Tech. Nice warm-up for them. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Scott and I will be at Carterville High School as the Chester Yellow Jackets are going to make that drive to Carterville to take on the Lions in non-conference action. Tuesday, Scott and I will go to Hamilton County. Is that McLeansboro?
That's McLeansboro.
That's what I thought. Oh, the Foxes. I like that jump.
Yep, I've been in there a couple of times.
Yeah.
We have a perch.
Yes,
up
we
atop
do.
the gym. It's a nice view from the top.
Jerry, who was the coach,
for years.
For the professional, Jerry went to. Maybe I'm getting my names mixed up. Maybe it was McLeansboro.
Yeah. Yes, that was the head coach of Utah.
Yeah.
Jerry Sloan.
Sloan. Was he Hamco or McLeansboro?
He was. Well, they used to be just McLeansboro. Now they're It's in McLeansboro,
That's
so
right.
It's basically
There we
where
go.
he's from.
Yeah, I'm confused there. Not now. We've got 7.8 seconds to go. Carterville has it at the half court. They do get it to down it on the right elbow. Spin move to Anderson. Floater is good. Or no good, no good, no good. I thought it was good. He got fouled.
He went into the lane, took the shot in the paint, got hammered, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2.
Deion Clark just picked up his 4th, and Bryce Anderson can win it give the Lions the lead with 3.1 seconds left. Timeout is on the floor. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. Bryce Anderson, a chance to give the Lions a lead with 3 seconds left. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. That was a terrible call.
Well,
I know. 30 here, Brian, 30. 30 here, 30 here. How was that called, YouTubers?
JK.
It was wishful thinking, I think. That worked last time. Hey, welcome back to Sparta. All tied at 54. We're in overtime, and Bryce Anderson is going to be at the line to shoot 2 for the Carterville Lions to give them a lead. Now, there's still, I think, 3.1 seconds on the clock, so Shane Hawkins called timeout. I'm sure he's setting the defense for his Lions after Bryce Anderson makes these 2 free throws for the Lions. Anderson is at the stripe by himself. 4 defenders for Carterville in the backcourt. Sparta has 3 on the lane. First free throw from Anderson is good. He is 2 for 3 from the line. Carterville, the 1-point lead. 3.1 seconds on the clock. Anderson's second. Good, he made them both. 3 for 4, that's all he's got tonight, and a timeout taken by Jonathan Norton of Sparta. Officials are asking, what do you want, 30 or 60? Timeout, it's gonna be a full. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Carterville, the 2-point lead in overtime here on News Radio WJPF.
Well, 3.1 seconds. It's plenty of time to get the ball in the front court. But as soon as you get it in the front court,
guard?
You got to unload it.
Who do you key on, though, Clark or Keene? 3.1 seconds remaining in the game. Bryce Anderson just hit 2 free throws to give Carterville the 56-54 lead here in overtime. Coach Jonathan Norton called timeout for the Sparta Bulldogs. He's mapping out who do you guard if you're the Carterville Lions. You know it's going to go to either Keene or Clark. If you're Shane Hawkins, what are you saying?
Well, I think you got to make sure that they don't throw the ball from the end of the from the backcourt all the way into the front court. You got to try to stop that long pass. You got to force them to throw the ball into the backcourt. Only 3.1 seconds left. If they get it in the backcourt,
make them dribble is what you're saying.
They're not going to have a lot of time to get a shot
Carterville
off.
puts down and deep, Garby deep. Carson Pearson is at midcourt, and another timeout is taken. I think that's by Shane Hawkins. Looks like ice in a kicker in a football game.
I think he wanted to see how Sparta lined up, and then that way he can.
It's going to be a full timeout. We'll pause for 30 seconds. We'll be back. The conclusion of the game coming up next on News Radio WJPF. Length of the floor to go for the Sparta Bulldogs. They need a 2 to tie, a 3 to win with 3.1 seconds left. Coach Shane Hawkins saw how they lined up and then called the timeout. He'll make an adjustment.
Yeah, I think he's been around the game long enough. He knows what to call here. Again, force Sparta have to throw the ball into the backcourt. That forces them to either dribble or throw it quickly into the front court. And by that time, there should be maybe 1 second left, and then it's just a heave and a hope.
Carlos Keene is going to trigger, so you know that it'll probably be a quick inbound. I would say probably to Ethington or to Clark, and I would say put the ball in Keene's hand. But we'll find out. Here we go. 3.1 seconds left. They switch to Clark. Baseball pass to Keene is at the.
He was out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Steps out of bounds in Carterville. All they have to do, they switched on the baseline. It was Keene that started with the ball, was handed to him by the official. He passed it along the baseline to Clark, and then Keene took up off down the left side, and they tried to baseball to him, and he stepped out of bounds. So it was a turnover on the Bulldogs in overtime.
It was a good design. It was a well-designed play, because if the ball comes into that was Williams on the far side, correct?
Keene.
Keene, excuse me. If he catches the ball,
he's got to look at a good three.
He's got to. I mean, it's going to be a 35-footer, but still, there's nobody in front of him, and he's got a good look. But the ball was just thrown a little bit too far, and he stepped out of bounds when he came down with the ball.
It was a baseball pass from Deion Clark as he was trying to catch Carlos Keene cutting up that left sideline. Just a little bit too high, a little bit too far.
Now, really, for Sparta, the only hope they have to foul before the ball is even thrown in.
Yep.
Hope that Carterville misses, only makes one or none, and then have 1.5 seconds to do something.
Quarterback Eli Downen will trigger the inbounds on the far sideline. Gets it to Bryce Anderson. A foul quickly by Tony Williams. So Anderson's going to go to the line and shoot a couple more free throws with a chance to ice this game. There's only 0.4 seconds left remaining, but it is still time on the clock. Anything can happen.
I don't understand why Sparta didn't foul before the ball was thrown in bounds.
I know, I agree. Anderson's first free throw is good.
He's been Mr. Clutch in this overtime.
He's got 4. There are 4 important points, too.
Yep.
3 of 4. 3 of 3 from the line so far. Misses off the front end. Baseball off the miss, no good. And that's it. Final 57-54. The Carterville Lions get a hard-earned win at Sparta this evening over the Bulldogs. We have our SIU Credit Union postgame show coming up next here on News Radio WJPF. Wow, can't talk. Yeah.
Well, Carterville hit their average for field goal percentage for a game, 39%.
(57-54), the Lions get the overtime win over the Sparta Bulldogs tonight, pushing their conference record to 3-1 on the season, and their record overall to 7-8 on the year.
What a win by Carterville. It looked like heading into the fourth quarter, Carterville, who wasn't shooting the ball well at all in the second half, may have that come back to bite them, but they stayed with it. They forced some Sparta turnovers. I thought Sparta took an ill-advised shot late in the fourth with a lead, and all Carterville had to, then Carterville was going to have to foul, but Carterville comes away with the win. Carterville shot 39% from the field, which is their season average, 46% for Sparta. I had Carterville for 14 turnovers, 16 for Sparta. Carterville out-rebounded the Bulldogs 32-26. Eli Downing with 14 boards in the game to lead the Lions. Williams had 10 to lead Sparta. And a big win for Carterville in overtime as they now get their third conference win of the season.
When you look at the scoring for the Sparta Bulldogs, Deion Clark wound up with 12 in the game on 4 3-pointers. Carlos Keene was the leading scorer. He winds up with, I've got him for 21 in the contest for the Bulldogs. Tony Williams with 3, Jared Stefani with 3, Braden Cometto with 2, Kerry Harris with 4, and Rodney Anderson with 9. 54 points scored by the Bulldogs. When you look at the Carterville Lions, they were led tonight by Eli Downing. 20 points for Eli. Nice job. He gets the double-double once again tonight. Carson Pearson has 4 in the game. Dylan Moore, a strong 12 points. He was important in the second, third, and the fourth quarter for the Lions. He winds up with 12. Garby winds up with 12. Tyler Biddle has 5. And Bryce Anderson, nothing more important than those free throws down the stretch. He was 3 for 4 in the overtime period. He was 1 for 2 in that fourth quarter. The Carterville Lions get the 57-54 win over the Sparta Bulldogs tonight. And Coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our post-game show. Coach, again, another river-to-river conference battle, but the Lions get the win, and that was a good ball game and a hard-fought game for your Lions.
Yeah, and we know exactly what we told our guys there at the end. It's that's 2 conference road wins, and I don't care what conference you're in.
Yep.
At the college level, and the high school level, and the professional, you get conference road wins, and you've earned it because those things are hard to come by. And we made our share of mistakes, but we kept playing, we kept grinding. That's a grinded out win. I think we were down 7 there in the fourth, and missed
twice.
Yeah, because we scored to get it to 5 and then let them score right back. They're really athletic, and their athleticism caused us some problems. And then they stepped out and hit some threes, but we kept grinding. We kept making plays, and couldn't be happier with our ball club.
Coach, your 3 conference wins have all gone down to the wire, and, of course, this one goes into overtime. And you found ways to win those games. I would have to think that from a mental standpoint, these kids have finally figured out how to win. When you get into a close game, you either figure out we're either going to try not to lose, or we're going to try to win. And I think right now your team, when they get close, they figure out they're going to find a way to win a game.
Yeah, and it was up and down the lineup, and everybody had a hand in it. And everybody went and it was either a big rebound or challenged a shot or got a deflection or made a free throw or got a post feed to our guy when it was open or So we had a bunch of guys just go make plays down the stretch, and you said it. They're hard to come by on the road, and you have to grind them out. And it's a conference. We know everything they're going to do.
Eli Downen with another double tonight. 20 points. I don't know how many.
14 rebounds.
14 rebounds, and as important as those 20 points are, I don't know that there's any points any bigger than the free throws that Bryce Anderson hit in overtime.
Absolutely, and you go back and he hasn't shot well from the line this year, and to put a sophomore in a situation like that, and we got exactly what we wanted. We knew we were going to get one of two things. I didn't think we'd get the handoff to Dylan. We kind of spaced out Eli there to get him to wheel and get him to the rim because he had some size guarding him that we thought we could rip him and get him back to the rim. And then the last part we had was if we put Bryce in a corner, if they were going to help off that guy, then we had Bryce coming around behind him, and we made the right play. I mean, they did a pretty good job of guarding the fake handoff. We got it to Bryce come in the middle. He made the right move, and it was big for him. It was big for his confidence. Anytime you can go make two free throws like that, it kind of changed the tide in the game. Coach,
you're 3-1 in conference. We take a break for a couple of weeks from conference play. Tomorrow night, the Lions are home against Chester, and then Tuesday night on the road at Hamco. Your thoughts coming out of this game and going into those games?
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Last time we had a really good conference win, we didn't follow it up. We beat Ann at home, and then we didn't do a whole lot on the back end of that weekend, and this should give us a little bit of confidence. Now, we've got a very good team coming into our place tomorrow. Chester's really, really good, and they're one of the few teams in Southern Illinois that has a lot of size. They're kind of maybe as big as anybody we've played all year because their perimeter guys are all 6'3" and thick and strong and physical, and it's just on and on and on. And
where do we get those guys?
Yeah, I don't know. Buy them at Walmart or where we get them. We're going to have to find out. But Kiner's 6'7" and Reith is 6'6", and then they have Bowman and Cushman are both about 6'3". I mean, they just have a bunch of size. So we're going to have to battle on the backboards. We're going to have to kind of put as much pressure as we can on those guys on the perimeter. They got some guys who can shoot it. They're a very good basketball team, and so we've got a tall task, and we're back at home, and we haven't played a whole lot of home games this year. So hopefully our guys will enjoy the opportunity to play at home and see if we can't get a double dip on the weekend this time.
Coach, one thing I've noticed the last few games, down to being your big offensive guy, when he has the ball, especially inside the paint or around the free throw line, everybody's keying on him, and it opens things up for your perimeter guys. And when it did tonight, guys like Moore, like Anderson, took advantage of those opportunities to drive to the basket and draw fouls.
We did, and the one thing that we had done, I thought we did a very good job of at El Dorado was ripping baseline and going to finish, and we didn't finish tonight. We got there, but we left some points on the
board. Both teams missed a lot of points, bunnies.
There's no question, and I thought we got to the rim. We kind of got where we wanted to, and I don't know if it was more worried about shot blockers coming because they have athletes. You have Kerry Harris coming on one side. Algie didn't even play, but they have some size and length at the rim, so I don't know if it was our eyes weren't on target. They were on the shot blockers coming, but I thought we left a lot of stuff at the rim, but that's what, once we establish ourselves inside, it doesn't always have to be with Eli or Garvey. More times than not, it's going to be. Then it does open up some driving lanes from the outside guys, and I thought we took advantage of it tonight. It'd been nice to finish a little bit more, but we talk about it all the time. At the end of the day, it either goes in the left-hand column or the right-hand column, and we'll take them because they're hard to come by.
Left-hand column tonight. Coach Shane Hawkins joining us on the post-game show. 57-54. Carterville gets the overtime winner on the road. Another tough conference road win. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Shane Hawkins on our post-game show, and man, it's just another hard-fought conference game. That's all it is.
Well, as I told Coach Hawkins, the 3 conference wins, 2 which have been on the road, they've all been close games. They've all gone down to the wire. These are games Carterville would not have won last year. These are games that somebody may have, iced up in on a possession or maybe missed a couple of free throws. But at least this team has the ability to finish out games. Whether they've played well or they haven't, they've stayed in these games in the 3 conference wins. They found a way to win, and that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, you just got to find a way to win. And Carterville made enough shots, they made enough defensive stops, and they made enough free throws to win this game tonight. 3 conference wins, their 7th win of the season. And like Coach Hawkins said, the last time you had a big conference win, They followed it up with a dud at Trico. They got a very good team coming into Carterville tomorrow night. We'll see how that comes out.
We're going to take another break here on our SIU Credit Union postgame show. Don't forget, we have to name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game. We'll continue here on our postgame show on News Radio WJPF.
Hey, let's just do the 2 minutes here and then you're out.
Outstanding. Yeah, he got up here quick. Didn't realize he was going to be here that quick.
Yeah, well, he was happy.
Yeah, he was happy. Plus, it's a long bus ride.
Yeah. Sleet or snow, call Joe. Eli.
Yeah. With a special.
True.
Special honorable mention to Bryce Anderson for hitting clutch free throws.
I think with this, Eli's taken the scoring lead for the Lions. It's kind of between him and Garby, because Garby's had 3 20-point games. You can see, man, his confidence level's really starting to build.
Garby had 10 rebounds. I mean,
it was a good ball game for Garby.
He's doing the little things, you know. I mean, he got that big rebound down here when he got fouled.
Yeah. Good ball game for her. Back at Dwight Fulton Gymnasium at Sparta High School, the Carterville Lions get the overtime win tonight over the Bulldogs, 57-54. Scott and I need to choose our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game, and it is
Eli Downing, the sophomore. 20 points, 14 rebounds. He did everything. You can just see him playing with more and more confidence with each game. He's getting very comfortable with his role on this team. He knows that he's the guy, the go-to guy. 20 points, 14 rebounds. Honorable mention to Bryce Anderson for hitting those big free throws down the stretch. Only Sparta Bulldogs standing on the lane. He's standing there with ice in his veins, and he hits those big free throws. Also, Garby. Garby had 10 rebounds in this game. A lot of, he scored, I think, 28 against NCOE in the tournament. But he's not going to be the guy that normally is going to score big points or not. But he does the little things. He boxes out. He gets big rebounds. He got a big, huge rebound in this game late to preserve the victory. So there are some guys with honorable mention. But Eli Downing, our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 618-534-8148. Joe and Lindsay McCann. I've been serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years. They specialize in commercial and residential lawn care, landscape maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal, spring and fall cleanups, property maintenance, bush hogging, equipment repair. They do it all. You can call 618-534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Eli Downing, our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Tomorrow night, the Carterville Lions are at home to take on the Chester Yellow Jackets. Looking forward to that matchup. Tuesday, we'll be at Hamco to take on the Foxes, and then next weekend, open play in the Midwinter Classic. Wrap us up, Scott.
Exciting game tonight. Maybe wasn't the best played game by either team, but the Carterville Lions got their 3rd conference win of the year. 2 of those on the road. Carterville's finding a way to win games. They've won 3 of their last 5. A little momentum to going into tomorrow night's home game. Dave, this is only Carterville's 3rd home game of the year. We're already in January, so it's going to be nice to get back to the confines there at Carterville High School.
Sparta's record goes to 7-8 on the year. Carterville pushes it to 7-8 as well, but they're 3-1 in that river-to-river conference action prior to the break they're taking over the course of the next couple of weeks. For our producer engineer back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell. For my partner, Scott Hudson, I'm Dave McKenzie. Join us tomorrow night, 7:30 for our pregame. It'll be between 7:30 7:45. I think the schedule says it's an 8 o'clock tip. We'll work that out tomorrow night. Join us about 7:45. You'll hear us as the Lions take on the Chester Yellow Jackets here on News Radio WJPF. I'm Dave McKenzie. Have a great night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow night right here. Thanks, buddy.